So come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down. It is Friday, and it is the ultimate day of the week for the Guardian Cryptic. But I do hope you'll join us for the Saturday Solve and the Sunday Solve here on the channel for the New York Times, especially this Sunday. Saturday, if you want to see as hard as typical Saturdays get in the States, that's the one. Today was a challenging Friday if you're interested, but Sundays are always just big and amusing. Sometimes they're big and amusing and difficult. Sometimes they're big and amusing and easy, but it's always going to be big and amusing. And today I'm having your typical Venezia Select that you can always see me having on a Friday because it's my favorite cocktail, and I just love coming home to one of these after a longish day. But it wasn't at work. I went to work this morning, did a few things, took the rest of the day off to enjoy a 4-day weekend. It's Memorial Day on Monday. And, you know, it's a very interesting process. We decided that we were going to go visit a castle ruin. And so we went to Waldeck. And it was just kind of on the way home from the post where we were at the military installation that we were on. And so we went, and it was quite beautiful. I thought I would just share this with you. It was really quite an amazing experience just to be here in northern Bavaria, less than 20 minutes from the flat here. And of course, you could blindfold yourself in Germany and spin around for 30 minutes or 30 seconds or whatever, and then just stop randomly with the blindfold on and throw a golf ball, and you'll hit a castle. I mean, they're everywhere. They're ubiquitous, much like in the United Kingdom. Not a lot different there. Just a ton of them, though, right? But whenever, and you kind of start considering them a sort of a commonplace banality. But in reality, it's really cool because every time you actually step foot within these grounds and you can kind of start putting it together. This particular Burg Ruine once belonged to a count, right? You know, you could see where the other noble families lived there within the castle walls, and where the people of the area, like the serfs and whoever was doing the work, they were living around that as well. But it's just such a fascinating step back into history. And so, you know, if you come from a place like that where it's just so ancient, then it's pretty amazing. In the United States, you'd have to go to like the Pueblo areas and whatnot to see the old buildings, etc. Right? You know, from the native, you know, populations before, you know, Europe came knocking on the door. But it's a very interesting thing, though, to see these old ruins and then kind of imagine what that must have been like at the time. But don't imagine the smell, because that can't be any good, ever. So let's hop into our grid and see what we got. But first, just a little bit of liquid courage. Some of that solver's courage, which I almost always need, no matter what, when it comes to the Guardian Cryptic. And we are on number 29702 today. And this is set by Pangakupu. So I hope I'm saying his name correctly or her name correctly. But let's hop into this grid, and we'll start with 9 across, as typically what we do. Beautiful tree. Well, I can tell you right now, this is probably where I'm going to lose, because I don't know anything about trees, really. I took one class in botany at the graduate level 3 decades ago, so I don't know. Let's see. Artifact of old battle, Bet Valhalla came alive. Oh. Artifact of old battle. Okay, fine. This I might know something about, but it's amazing. As soon as I took my commission in the Army, I all of a sudden became interested in military history. Go figure. But in our officer candidate school, we did a lot of time studying that. So, but nothing's really ringing a bell, 9 and 6, but I'm trying to figure out what part needs to be anagrammed, right? You know? And if I had to guess, it could be, so if I've got Valhalla, right? And that's 8 letters plus 4 gives me 12. And then 3 gives me 15. 9 and 6 gives me 15. So I'm wondering if it's Bet Valhalla came. I don't know. But is it a complete anagram? Is it... I don't. I just don't know. It could be Valhalla came alive. It could be Bet Valhalla. I don't know. I'm trying to overthink it right now. So beautiful tree. Don't know what that is. Let's see. Government official, large, appearing in Bola. Well, a bowler is a, what do we call him? Oh, a paceman. So then we've got large, maybe. So the L, so placeman. If this is right, I don't know. I might have to throw fireworks up over this area because that would make me very happy to think that I might have parsed through that correctly. Trendy to inject heroin after a liter drink. Okay. No, that's not going to come to me. I'm a bishop. Tucking into meager vegetarian food. Well, we got 13 and 22. We got 4 and 4. Hopefully that'll come together for us at some point. Is 0 accepted by English logician? Meaty stuff. Okay, well, maybe we're not going to do much off of that right now. Easy thing to miss, top edge. Easy thing to miss, top edge. But if I were to take top and edge, top edge, top. I'm thinking like it's an inch, but I have no way to really. I just keep thinking, you can edge, right? You can inch along, you can edge along, you're just inching along, but you can also, you win by, you edge somebody by an inch or something like that in the old race metaphors, and so I don't know. Drive through South American country with northern seed. South American country, we've got Chile. Northern seed. Well, with seed, Chile, it could be children. I can kind of justify that, maybe in a way. I don't know. Position occupying excellent section in the current circumstances. So maybe current circumstances. We got 2 and 2 here. So maybe as it is it is what it is. So does this help at all with this here? Trendy to inject heroin after a liter drink. Well, this looks like alcohol, and I guess it has something to do with a liter drink. Maybe malt liquor. I don't know. I want to put alcohol in them because it looks like it fits. And half the time, that's how we got an H here, so I think we got an inch. We got an inch. Give me an inch. Give me a mile. Beautiful tree. Oh, this might be an Alanthus. I think I saw that in an olive tree. at the Baumarkt here in Weiden in der Oberpfalz where I live. Oh, this is looking crazy here. Artifact of Old Battle. Oh, A balaclava. Is this an L? Lima bean. Yes, that could be a lima bean. So I think we got a balaclava. I'm not sure just yet. Hopefully that lines up. But man, that's working out for me. Thank you, Pangakupu. Appreciate that. Artifact of Old Battle. So I'm going to go with balaclava. CLAVA. Offering easy growth in computing, clear hypes misplaced. Something described as metallic burning smell surrounding one. Metallic burning smell. I keep thinking that's the problem in the cargo departments of aircraft when you fly with something with a lithium battery in it. So, artifact of Old Battle. Keen to abandon right, adopting left as standard. No, I don't know. Let's see. Servant carrying some Londoners scalding soup. Oh, hang on. We got something here. Is 0 accepted by English logician? Meaty stuff. Looks like venison, and I guess we could be talking about, was it John Venn? The Venn diagram guy? So venison. Can't spell it completely like I would. Showed precipitation without precipitation. That's twisted. Twisted with an S and that I there. What we got over here? Refined behavior. Inclined to take back seat around Cambridge University. Refined behavior. Maybe we're talking about comity. It's a comatose. He's a comatose, affable chap. No, he's not a no boy. No. He went to Cambridge, as you know. No, I went to Eton and then Oxford. I wish. Gosh, if I could have gone to those after parties and hung out with the professors and learned, received pronunciation. No, for the love of God, no. Oh, I'd have loved that. Oh, I'd have fit right in. I hope. Okay, balaclava. Oh gosh, this could be a helmet, for crying out loud. Jesus, Christopher, I mean, you get home and you think, oh my God, it's here to relax. You don't got time to relax. You got a cryptic to get through. Okay, so maybe something will come through. We've got an E here. Keen to abandon right, adopting left as standard. I mean, I kind of get that. So keen could be eager. But if you gotta abandon the right, that's the R. So no R for eager. So we're adopting an L. Eagle! That's the second time I've done it. I really kind of need fireworks here too. I mean, I put the whole clue together. This is great. Though I don't know where eagle... I don't know where the eagle fits into that, though. I thought there was always a definition somewhere in here. Servant carrying some Londoners scalding soup. And this looks like pottage. Let's hope it is. Oh, and this tells me this might be hyperspace. I was thinking something when I saw the H, but I wasn't. Or hyperscale. I was thinking something along those lines, and I just wasn't quite putting it together. So please help me with this. Showed precipitation without precipitation. That's twisted, and a twisted could be sprained. The medical clues, they're not so fair with people like me because, you know, it's what we do. Exploit making no sense. Kidnapping one's farm worker. You know, I have a Shotzi here, but I would never say, bring me a cocktail, please. Just wouldn't even, not even with a please, bring me a cocktail, please. I mean, I wouldn't even do that. Just don't. It's just, what I need to do is finish this grid, go make another one, and offer her one as well. See, that's how you learn to get along, right? Publication, I term running short regarding glamour. Okay, yeah, that's a bit. Exploit making no sense. Kidnapping one farm worker. Largely swamping one with some water. Rue, perhaps about to backtrack after redesign of kitchen. Got 9 letters. I don't get any of this clue whatsoever, but Rue, I know, is a thickener. When you go completely free of carbs, as I do, as far as, you know, eating is concerned, it's like no candy, no bread, nothing. It's a lot of meat, cheese, and eggs, which is just fine with me, but you have to learn how to use things like xanthan gum because you can't just make a quick roux. But I tell you what, my bechamel these days tastes a lot better made out of, you know, like cream cheese and heavy whipping cream, etc. versus, you know, butter and flour. Let's see. Exploit making no sense. Still not getting much out of that. Farm worker. If we stretch, that could be a milkmaid. I just don't know. I doubt it. Dark and perverted, though not at first. We got a K, and it says dark. And I might have been one of those pedantic sesquipedalianists out there when I first started writing fiction in high school that would have talked about from the inky shadows arose of, you know, and then whatever, right? You know, it was spring. It was full-fledged monsoon on the island, and through the inky shadows came, you know, that stuff. Okay, so I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Okay, so moving on. Beguiling warmth after cold. Beguiling. Exploit making no sense. Kidnapping one farm worker. Well, to me, it just seems like it might be a milkmaid. If that's that, is this is an elm? If you hear that irritating noise, that's my Instagram account. I should have turned my phone off. Police operation, dastardly con, apparently. 3, 8, and 4. Now, I immediately start looking at the stuff that I've got going. That may have to take a bit. Let's see. Y gap through which nothing removed. Though with nothing removed. Though with nothing removed. Top of sluice losing liquid on a big scale. Top of sluice. Okay. Convincing information secured in crib. Convincing. 6 letters. Okay. The American author eliminating last hero from Greece. Uncooked meat. Experts brutally cut it open at first. I honestly think that we probably got prosciutto. And I'm really good at reading it on a menu, but I don't know how good I'm going to be at spelling it. I love prosciutto. I love uncooked meat. My favorite plate on the planet, I mean, if you brought me a 2-egg French omelet, like a true French omelet, just chives and butter, right? And some steak tartare with the yolk on top. That would make 3 egg yolks. And I don't know, 8 escargot. I would be the happiest camper with a nice red. Let's go with a Chianti. Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, so top of sluice. Well, I don't know that prosciutto is going to do much for me at all if it's even correct. Convincing information secured in crib. And I guess this could be cogent. That makes sense. But wide gap, though, with nothing removed. And that could be whole, which is where I was going. Now I think we're seeing it. Police operation. Dastardly con, apparently. No idea what that's all about. But police operation, I think we might have New Scotland Yard. And as much BritBox as I spend my time, I mean, I'm on there all the time, so surprised it didn't come to me earlier. Largely swamping one with some water. Exploit making no sense. Kidnapping one from... I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and put in a milkmaid. I mean, it seems kind of an old term, and I don't know that you'd want to necessarily say it these days in the States, you know. But what am I? I'm but a Yank attempting to solve the Guardian Cryptic. But I think I'm making some progress, right? I mean, just a little bit. I mean, doing a lot better. I mean... depending on who's constructing the grid, let's not talk about day before yesterday. Swamping one with some water. Is this moistly? If it is, it's great. Why not? Beguiling warmth after cold. Well, beguiling. Okay, so we might have cheating here. This is good. This is a good grid for me, maybe. We'll see where we go with this here. Publication or a 1 term, short for regarding glamour. It looks like magical to me, and I'm sure to everybody else it looks like magical too, though to everybody else, I'm sure you're probably going, oh yeah, of course, because that's what it means when they're talking about publication 1 term running short regarding glamour. I don't know. I'm trying. Top of sluice, losing liquid on big scale. Big scale. And I love that sluice in there. So I'm going to go with sweeping on this. Feels good. And then hopefully this is going to be the American author eliminating last hero from Greece. So I can only assume that this is Theseus. Unless I fat fingered something, I do feel really good about this grid. I don't feel bad about anything. Everything that I did that I took wild leaping guesses like milkmaid. And that was really it though. Everything else I really felt okay about putting in. So let's just hope I didn't fat finger something. But either way, I consider this a victory in that just I finished. So I'm scanning for holes, and I don't see any, but I'm going to hit the check all one more time just to make sure that this system is working. I can never tell if it is. There's no noise, there's no haptics, there's nothing. And I can see that we probably did okay, so fireworks time, right? I mean, why not? Let's do it, because, you know, the Yank doesn't get that many wins, and The Yank likes it when he gets a win. I mean, but it's not really a win. It's a win every day because I learn something new every day. But this was one that all kind of came together. I think this was a beautiful grid. Well done. But the fact that I was able to put together eagle, I thought that was pretty cool. And the other one I think was venison. Yeah, I was able to put eagle and venison together from the whole clue. And that makes me feel rather chuffed. I have a chuffing sensation all over. It's fantastic. All right, oh boy, old girl. Let's go ahead and bring in our Benier d'Adieu, and we'll call this a day. Well, so again, not going to see you until Monday. If you're only watching Guardian Cryptics. But tomorrow we're going to be going to Nuremberg. Nuremberg to anglicize it. We're going to go see where the Nuremberg trials took place. I mean, we've been all around. We've been everywhere, right? But I mean, we haven't taken the time to really, truly go through and wear the little audio headset. I don't know. I mean, I'm wondering what language I'm going to listen into it, and maybe, English would be obvious, but clearly probably going to listen to it in German or French. Those are my favorites, and I love Spanish, so I don't know. But just want to hear everything and get all the details from the actual, pay the 30 euros and get the full tour. And then we'll go see where the speech and stuff was and the rallies. And it'll just be a great reminder. I generally get to Dachau concentration camp twice a year. It's always a very painful thing for me, especially being a Jewish German American. It's kind of a rough thing to see. And with all the Stolpersteiner all over Germany, everywhere you go, there's always these little brass plaques somewhere that's just talking about here lived, and then it gives the name and what happened. Sometimes they fled, they got away to England or the United States. Sometimes they went to Palestine or wherever. And but most of the time the term is ermordet. And so it's really important, I think, for us to go back and really re-examine our history and just to kind of see and learn from it. On every scale. I feel the same way when I'm visiting Native American reservations in the States or plantations in the South. It just feels the same way. Like this is something that we should be doing to remember and not celebrate. And that's why I think it's really wonderful the way it is done in that regard. So, yeah, it's going to be cool. I mean, it's going to be nice to see where that took place. It'll be a nice bit of history. Then we'll go grab dinner. We'll get the crossword in somewhere. It'll be done in a hotel room. So tomorrow's going to be an awful day for crosswords, man. But I'll do my best to make it as good as possible. But nevertheless, it's always a real pleasure. And I just love the UK crowd, the Guardian crowd, like you would not believe. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you all so very much. I love the support and all the fun and the friendliness, the gestures. And I can't wait to get up to London and hang out with my friend Musty. So in the meantime, until we see you on Monday for the Guardian Cryptic, ich wünsche Ihnen ein schönes Wochenende noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be well out there. Take care of yourselves. And always try to take care of that stranger behind you in the queue. Be well. Cheers.